Hey guys, how's it going? So today's video is on boundaries. It's a tool to help you make your problems smaller, to kind of sort out uh, what needs to happen, changes that you need to make, and who's responsible for what. And it's the principle of sorting things into yours, mine, and ours. And so yours, mine. So I have my things that I'm responsible for, my role that I play in the relationship, and my wife, Julie, she has hers. And this helps clarify your expectations and um, help you talk about adjustments that you'd like to make. So, like if someone feels like they're doing 80-90% of the work in the relationship or in a specific area, it'll help you renegotiate that. Um, and so if you feel like you do 80-90% of the work because you have to, because your spouse won't step up and it won't get done, this will help you let go of uh, resentment and enabling them to continue to be immature and irresponsible in the relationship. And so if you have a dynamic where someone is being parental and someone's feeling or acting like a child in the relationship, this helps you guys get things more on a adult to adult mutual level. Shared things like chores or finances, like doing the budget, like how do you agree on goals and limits and budget and who pays the bills and who tracks everything. That could be something that's shared, or that could be something individual. Uh, how to do chores, exercise. Do we go to the gym together, or is this a every man for himself thing? Saturday morning. Is Saturday morning an individual thing or a shared thing? So this is where conflict comes up, is where I might have an expectation or hope that we do something shared, like Saturday morning, but if your partner, if your spouse is introverted and they had a long week and they don't want to do something together, they need their introvert time. They want to read a book. They want to go on a hike by themselves. And if you don't talk about it, that's where you can feel rejected and frustrated. And that's the thing about these categories, yours, mine, ours. Sometimes you don't realize you have an expectation until you feel irritated that someone is overstepping into your space. Julie calls it your hoop. Your boundary is kind of like your hoop, and you don't realize that someone's stepping on your toes until you say "ow." So yours, mine, ours. The second place that conflict can show up is even when you agree on what's shared. This spiritual life. Do we go to church together? Do we pray together? Do we read the Bible together? Or is that something that we grow in, pursue, work on individually? Sexual intimacy. Hopefully, healthy sexual intimacy. It's shared. Anything that gets in the way of that being shared can drive a wedge, cause distance. The second area is where you agree, but what percentage of the thing is yours? What role are you going to play? So an example is homeschooling. So in theory, on paper, it's something shared, but how much and who covers what? Who teaches math? Who buys the curriculum? How do we decide on what we're teaching, what we're doing? What does the schedule look like? Is it a 50-50 thing? Is it 70-30? Is it 80-20? Figuring out what that's going to look like is really helpful. And the other thing that yours, mine, and ours can help with is sorting out whether or not moving forward, if it would be helpful to have individual counseling or couples counseling. See, if we're having struggles in marriage and with communication, but I'm struggling with anxiety or depression, and it's coming out as anger and irritability, sometimes the next best step is for me to, as an individual, to get work on the anxiety and depression. And when I am feeling 100% better and working through my negative self-talk and my patterns of behavior, it will naturally, automatically improve the communication and work together as a couple. Sometimes it's the pattern of conflict and how inefficiently we're communicating. We just don't get anywhere. It doesn't feel good when we try to tackle hard things, talk about hard things. Sometimes that's the next best step. And so if we communicated better, if we got on the same page, then I would feel so much better and be doing better individually. So that's what I have for you guys today. Hopefully you can have a conversation about what's yours, what's mine, what's ours. And then when you assess that, how do I feel about how things are divvied up? Where are places that we can change what we're doing that will improve things? Take care. See you tomorrow.